I'm Daniel.
I'm Jay-Z.
And this is Just My DIY.
You know, one of the reasons that we got the Glowforge Pro as compared to the other models is that the Pro allows you to do projects that are larger than the bed size.
Taking advantage of the pass-through feature.
That's right. We used a 1/4-inch acrylic with those pass-through slots today to create
a name for ourselves.
No, we're creating a name sign for a friend's nursery.
Oh, well, follow along anyways.
And we'll show you how we did it.
Getting started, we're going to pull the Glowforge out to be able to use the pass-through feature by rolling the Husky cart around, opening it up, and removing the gate restrictors.
Also known as the Pro Shield. So there's one in the front, one in the back that enables you to use that pass-through feature. They're just attached with little thumb screws. Then we're going to insert the material. This is 1/4-inch acrylic, and we will link this down below. It comes masked and is really, really nice and cuts well on the Glowforge. So you just slide that from the back to the front until it's just barely through that front slot. And then we head over to the app. The first thing we need to do is refresh the bed image. You need to do this because you don't actually open and close the lid, so it doesn't know to scan until you manually tell it to. So we set the material just because that gives you the most accurate look at the bed, and we set it to the thick acrylic and then dragged in our image.
Setting it to a larger size so you can actually read the name when it's done. And positioning it so that we have it appropriately aligned so that we don't have any runoffs.
And then we need to go up to the 3 dots again and click that Pro Passthrough. That's how it knows it's going to be doing the pass-through project. Script fonts tend to have little tails and stuff that drop down, so we're just checking quite a few times to make sure that nothing's going to run off the material. And then we go and we click that we're doing a cut, and we are using the proof grade settings, even though this is not a proof grade material. Those settings work just fine. So the first cut here is going to take 7 minutes and 38 seconds. So we go press that magic button and let it go. So,
of course, this is going to be a little sped up. You don't want to really drag out 7.5 minutes of lasering stuff.
The whole video is 7.5 minutes. But what you'll notice after it finishes that first cut is then your machine is going to take pictures. This is actually a pretty slow process, and so just sit there, wait until you see on the material on the screen that you should shift the material forward. At that point,
you're going to do it about 8 inches right there. We're going to go ahead and mark on the board what 8 inches looks like. And if you're more used to this, you don't really need to do that, but you know, this is one of our first pass-through projects, so we're going to go ahead and mark the 8 inches. Try and square it off a little bit. And click Continue. It'll take a bunch more pictures and make sure that it itself is ready to do the job. Does not move this fast.
It's definitely sped up. So you'll see on the screen once it goes through this project where it thinks that alignment is. We trust the Glowforge to know where to go, even if it looks a little bit off. 99% of the time it's been dead on accurate. The second cut is 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And so we press that magic button and let it go.
Of course, we're going to have to do the taking pictures thing again. We're going to slide it forward.
We didn't pull it forward the full 8 inches this time because we're actually trying to keep the material in both slots so it would stay level. However, what you will see is that we didn't actually get the full R, so we didn't get through the end of the project. We should have pulled it forward a little bit more, but we didn't. So we went through this process this time and then one more time to catch the end of that R. So we'll kind of jump through here a little bit, because there's a really unique thing that we did when the material didn't hit in both slots, and that's we used our adjustable height Husky work table to help keep the material level. So when we had to pull it through and it was out of that back slot, it still stayed level.
So here we are pulling it forward, that remainder bit. You don't need to do it much. It just needs to be done.
So of course I did the same thing, and then the world's fastest cut of half an hour.
Now we're going to go ahead and pull it all the way out and separate the name from the board. And peel the masking. Now, the masking is going to leave a bit of a residue, so once we're done getting all of the masking off, we're going to pull out the 99% alcohol, and feel free to scrub it. We're using a microfiber cloth, and we're just getting the residue free. We're only doing it on one side, so we can go ahead and put our little sticky stuff on there.
Exactly. We left the masking on the front side for quite some time, as you can see here, because we want to go ahead and get those hangers on so the front side doesn't get scratched while you're doing that. So we're going to lay it down. Now we're going to be using Command adhesive, the little Velcro strips, and we will show you that we put 2 of these big ones on either side of the name up top, and then little pieces on the bottoms on each side. But what we noticed after we got these pieces here adhered is that we needed a little bit more spacing. The middle of the name was bowing a little bit, so we just added a few pieces in for stability and not necessarily to use to hang it. Nice and level.
Peel the masking again. And of course, masking still leaves residue.
Does it?
So I guess we need to go ahead and use that alcohol and that microfiber cloth again and free it from said residue.
And there it is. We will say that we actually made a mistake in the measurements when we did the first cut, and so we cut another one quite a bit bigger, and so now our friend has 2 name signs to choose from. And here's the one as it hangs in the nursery. As you can see, it's so easy to create a larger than bed size project, just keeping that material going through the pass-through slots and trusting your machine.
So if you like the video, click the like button, subscribe and ring the bell. If you've made a name for yourself, tell us about it in the comment line. And of course, know that everything that we use to do this is listed down below.
Also in the description are links to all of our social platforms. Please connect with us across channels. We love hearing from you. And don't forget to check out our blog at justmydiy.com. Thanks for watching.